Good afternoon. Out here at work doing a little lunch run. It is a really nice day in the 40s, so I'm in shorts and gonna have a good time. All right, let's get a good workout in here. Not too many days in January where it's this warm. I know I talk a lot about the weather on this channel. I mean, it's kind of fitting because it's a running channel and I like to run outdoors. But today I think I found the sweet spot as far as weather, temperature. I mean, obviously on a day like today, I'd prefer sun, but even overcast, as long as there isn't a whole lot of wind, you know, low to mid 40s, perfect. All I need is a hat. I'll probably even take these gloves off in a little bit. I'm in my shorts and I've got a hoodie on. Good to go, man. So this is probably the perfect temperature for me.
What's going on, everybody? Dan the Ultra Dad here tonight. Hope you're doing well. I'm having a good time hanging out with my son a little bit. You know, getting some things ready, actually working on some stuff for my trips this summer. So I'm gonna have a camper and I've been kind of trying to figure out how to outfit my my truck to be able to deal with that. It's all part of the plan. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So tonight I wanted to share, first of all, if you did watch my video from today, I had a great time running. It was a work run, lunch run at work. In Hamilton, Ohio. It was a lot of fun, had a good time, and It was actually really mild. That was the best part of it. It was in the 40s, which, you know, right now in January, that's kind of fewer and far between. So very happy about that. So tonight I thought we would go through some details about one of the races that I might run this summer. If you watched my video from a few days ago, I am in the lottery for the Wasatch 100-mile ultra marathon, and that is just one of the races that I plan to run, or I would try to run. The other alternative race out west would be the I'm Tough 100, the Idaho Mountain Trail Ultra Festival. I always get that acronym wrong, but I'm Tough 100 is in Idaho. Wasatch 100 is in Utah. And so the Wasatch 100 is my first priority, but there's a lottery, so I may not get in. In the Ultra Dad math calculation that I made, I think it's about a 20% chance that I might get in. So I thought I might spend some time and go through that race with you tonight. Just give you some details about it because it's a pretty interesting race and pretty cool. So I will do a little bit of comparison to the I'm Tough 100, but my intention is to give you some details about the Wasatch 100 tonight, and then my next video, give you some details about the I'm Tough 100, and then compare the two, because they are different, and I do believe you could say one is more difficult than the other. So let's talk about the Wasatch 100. The Wasatch 100 begins in Kaysville, Utah. It's a point-to-point race, 100-miler, of course. And it goes through the Wasatch mountain range, which it's pretty close to Salt Lake City, but I think it's within a few hours of Salt Lake City, so that's kind of convenient for people who are traveling. The maximum elevation for the Wasatch 100 is 10,480 feet, and it kind of varies. The race starts around 5,000 feet. It might be just under in the 4,000 foot range. And within the first 10 miles, there's a point in time where you climb 4,000 feet in 4 miles. So you climb 1,000 feet per mile. So I think that's a pretty steep portion of the race. I think it's safe to say. But other details, the total vertical gain of the race is about 24,000 feet. So just to compare it to another race I've done, the Fat Dog 120, I believe had a total of 27,000 feet of vertical gain, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's true. So it's a little bit less than that. I read on the website that temperatures have widely ranged and varied from year to year for this race. There's actually been races where there's been snow on the ground. It's been snowing. That's pretty rare, but it has happened. Again, we're in the mountains, so anything can happen in the mountains, and you have to plan accordingly. And then they've had plenty of times where it's 90 degrees and just super hot. So that's certainly something that you'd want to consider if you're looking at the Wasatch 100. The maximum distance between aid stations, that's interesting too. So the maximum distance is 16.6 miles, which is very, very long. So 16.6 miles is a long way, and most races don't have a point in the race where you have that long without aid. It just so happens that 16.6 miles is from the start to the first aid station, so it's not as bad as it sounds. When you start a race, you expect that you can go for at least 16 miles before you need aid, I would say. So, but that is true. 16.6 miles. The other two distances that are the longest between aid stations in the Wasatch 100 is 11 miles and 8.9 miles. And those are long distances too. Usually you look, and the rest of these aid stations are, between 5 and 6 miles apart. And that's typical with an ultra trail race, with a 100-miler. But so you've got some long distances between a few of these aid stations, which definitely means you need to be prepared to be alone and to be without aid for that long. So, and keep in mind, 16 miles on the road is a lot different than 16 miles in the mountains. So that could be hours and hours. So as far as some stats on finishers of the race, last year, 298 runners started the race and 165 runners finished. So doing the math, let's see. Wow. So that's about a 55% finish rate. That is pretty brutal. 55% of the people that started last year in 2021 finished the race. That means 45% failed to finish. They DNF'd. So that is pretty incredible, honestly. I did glance through other years, and there have been other years that weren't so bad. But man, it must have been a tough year last year. That's for sure. So last year, Cody Priest finished in 21 hours and 24 minutes, and Rebecca Ritt Rebecca Rick finished in 26 hours and 9 minutes. Just a couple other notable finishers in the past. We've got Carl Meltzer. Man, he really tore up this course back in the day. He ran, let's see, he won it in 98, in 2000, and then he went on a run from 03 to 06, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 4 years. He won the race 4 years in a row. And then in his all-time best finishing time for the Wasatch 100, it appears, was 19 hours and 43 minutes. So not the fastest finisher. I think there was a guy who ran it in 1830, I believe. But Carl Meltzer, man, if he's running this race, that's pretty awesome. So that's the kind of race I want to be a part of. Jeff Browning in 2012 finished in 19 hours and 33 minutes. Which these times are insane. You know, I have no hope of even getting close to them. But the goal is to finish for me. So, but it's still interesting to see. So those are some of the key facts that I found out about the Wasatch 100. It is an amazing race. It looks just really, really brutal at times. I think there was a quote on the website that said, at times, many runners feel like they're dead and buried at some point, or something like that. So it sounded kind of mean almost. I mean, it sounded like it could be a really tough, gnarly race. But hey, that's what we like in ultra running, and you know, it's going to be an amazing experience if I get the chance to run it. So, once again, there's a lottery. I think it's unlikely I'll get in, but you never know. So I'm part of that lottery. So I'm a part of the lottery, and we'll see what happens. But all right, so the next video I'm going to talk about the I'm Tough 100, which is most likely the race that I'm going to run this summer, just because there is no lottery. We shall see. But once again, if you like my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the like, thumbs up, and the bell notification if you'd like to watch my future videos and kind of my journey this summer. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Thanks to all of you who have been watching, and if you have any questions or comments, definitely hit me up in the comments below. Lots of good content coming this summer. It's going to be amazing. All right, we'll catch you in the next one.